Maalik is one of those films that I went into with high expectations, mainly because Rajkummar Rao rarely disappoints me. His versatility and intensity as an actor are things I genuinely admire, and knowing that he was taking on a gritty gangster role set in the heartland of India made me curious. After watching the film, I walked away with mixed feelings. While the performances, especially Rao's, were deeply impressive, the film as a whole struggled to stay fresh and engaging. From the very beginning, the movie sets a grim tone. We're introduced to Deepak, a poor farmer's son from Allahabad, whose life takes a violent turn due to a cruel injustice. This spark pushes him into a life of crime, gradually transforming him into Maalik, a feared gangster with deep roots in the region's underworld. The narrative stretches across several years, depicting his rise through a hierarchy of power, betrayal, and bloodshed. While this trajectory is well acted and visually powerful, the storyline felt familiar. I've seen too many rags to power tales in Indian cinema that follow similar arcs. There were moments when I wished the script had taken more risks or given us something new. That said, Rajkummar Rao is absolutely magnetic in the lead role. He sinks his teeth into the character with full force, portraying a complex man shaped by trauma and rage. His transformation from a vulnerable young man to a ruthless leader is convincing and emotional. You can see the burden he carries in his body language and the fury behind his eyes. Even when the screenplay feels like it's meandering, Rao holds your attention. His performance alone makes the film worth watching, at least once. The supporting cast also deserves credit. Prosenjit Chatterjee brings weight to his role, and Saurabh Shukla is reliably excellent. Manushi Chiller as Shalini, Deepak's wife, brings a softness and emotional grounding to the film, though her character isn't given as much depth as it deserves. I could see the film trying to balance its brutality with emotional beats, especially through the couple's relationship, but it didn't always land. At times, the romantic subplot felt like a brief distraction rather than an integral part of the narrative. Technically, Maalik is quite polished. The cinematography captures the rugged landscape and gritty streets beautifully, and the background score builds tension well. The film has a moody, oppressive atmosphere that fits its violent themes. However, the pacing is uneven, especially in the second half. After a gripping start, the story begins to drag and becomes somewhat repetitive with prolonged shootouts and dramatic confrontations that don't always feel earned. The length of the film starts to feel like a problem when you begin to predict what's coming next. What ultimately held the movie back for me was its predictability. Despite strong performances and high production values, the story rarely surprised me. Every twist, betrayal, and power shift felt like something I had seen before. I kept hoping for a fresh perspective, perhaps something more personal or unexpected, but the film mostly sticks to the traditional gangster drama playbook. I couldn't help but think of other films like Gangs of Wasseypur or Vastav, which managed to bring something distinct to the genre. In the end, I would say Maalik is a film carried on the shoulders of its lead actor. It has moments of emotional intensity and visual flair, but the overall experience feels safe and formulaic. If you're a fan of Rajkummar Rao, you'll probably appreciate his performance here. But if you're looking for a gripping, innovative gangster film, this one may not fully deliver. It's watchable, at times gripping, but doesn't quite rise to the heights it aims for.
Hope you like the video. See you with another interesting video. Bye then, signing off from Black and Blank.